You just watch these two teams and these two managers, and it's just very obvious that they are levels above everybody else. It was a good game, a lot of chances created, lots of controversy as well. In the end, they split the points. Coach?
It was a beautiful game. Look, I think this is the best game I have watched this season in terms of quality and proper competition. The two teams were up for it, and you could clearly see the mutual respect. But hey, despite that, if Liverpool got the ball and they had to play, they did so. Man City got the ball and they had to play, they did so. So let's actually focus on the two goals that we saw in the game today. If you look at this game, this goal, for example, it came from the training ground. We did the game on radio, and the moment you saw the set piece, everybody knew it came from the training ground. So now let me actually take you back on the replay and then tactically analyze it for everybody. Now, okay, let's wait once they finish jubilating and we start the replay again. Then, okay, so let me pause it here. Now, if you look at Liverpool, it was Kevin De Bruyne who was behind the ball.
Corner kick,
He's right-footed. So every Liverpool player, including all of us who were watching the game, were expecting an outswinger. So Liverpool tactically had lined themselves up to deal. Look at Van Dijk. He's the best header of the ball in the team. And he's made sure that he's free, ready to attack the ball in case it drops into that zone. Liverpool knew the Man City would not come in the 6-yard box. The outswinger would definitely take the ball into the 18. And if De Bruyne had done that, they would have won it. But the interesting battle here was two battles. The battle between Ake here and McAllister. That mark clearly highlights the two of them. The battle between Ake and McAllister. All Ake needed to do, because they knew that was what Kevin De Bruyne was going to go, he was to shelve or make sure that he gets rid of what McAllister out of the way. And look at John Stones. He had tactically positioned himself between Nunez and McAllister. So if I roll this again, you see that as Ake tried to move McAllister away, John Stones is just going right where McAllister should have been and bang into the back of the net.
And when he celebrated the goal, he put his hands over his eyes, basically saying, "You can't see me," or "You didn't see me come."
You didn't see you. Exactly. And another thing that is worth talking about was when Pep Guardiola turned and looked at where the set piece manager was and pointed to him and gave him a thumbs up. So this was just a routine from the training ground.
It was so good. It was so good to watch.
It was absolutely brilliant. This is the 10. Where is he? He's looking for him, and you can see him pointing to him. That is beautiful. See, that is what you get by staying or by planning for this hours and hours
details.
On the attention to details. Now let's look at what actually brought Liverpool back into the game. Mr. Ake, as a defender, look at what. Once the pass went wide, he intercepted the ball. Pause it here. Look at his option. At this very moment, the game had just resumed. Barely 2 minutes into the second half of the game. Do you allow the ball to come onto your right foot? And even if you decide that is what you're going to do, make sure that the weight behind the pass is proper. As if he had not warmed up a bit for that second half. That is why of late, most teams,
they do warm up
when teams come back from the 50 minutes where they go and they sit,
they do a little warm up.
You come and shake yourself, warm up a bit to get yourself back into your drive. But this was a clear indication of him being overly confident, because I would have gone to throw. I would have gone to throw so that we set ourselves up again as the away team and repel. But he decided to go. And once you decide to execute the ball, make sure that the weight behind the pass, that was not proper. Oh my goodness. And also, he also came...
No man's land. I think Ake set a decent up.
Exactly, he did. But I think, could he have done better? Because once he told Nunez that he was coming for him, could he have feigned Nunez and get him back? Look, at this level, it is extremely difficult to change your mind.
And Nunez is very fast.
He's very, very quick. Look at the weight behind the ball. Tactically unacceptable. And I think that was what actually brought Liverpool back into the game. But hey, on the grounds of what we witnessed, Liverpool, without a doubt, deserved to win this. I pointed out Endo, that in my view, he'll be the most important Liverpool player.
I think he left De Bruyne frustrated. They had to take De Bruyne
They had
out.
to take De Bruyne out. And you could clearly see, for the very first time, you could see Pep Guardiola explaining to De Bruyne why he had to do that change.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
He looked really upset to have been taken out of the game.
But I think if Pep had not done that, they would have lost the game. Because who came
He
to
brought in
replace him?
Kovacic.
Kovacic. Because at that moment or at that time,
They were literally under siege.
Under siege.
Yeah.
Endo, McAllister, Soboslai, Elliott, dominating the midfield without any form of resistance whatsoever from Man City. So tactically, he needed to now restrict John Stones and get him closer to what Ikanji, bring in Kovacic, who will now pair up Rodri. And Rodri was on a yellow card. So it then meant that Rodri cannot get the next tackle wrong. So let me bring another tackler, another workaholic to enable us balance the equation and see whether we can go in and win again. But look, it was a proper game of football. And for all those who join us at the plus 233, we all enjoyed it. And they're asking for more. Hopefully,
we can get another roadshow coming.
We'll tell our big men that on the 31st, it's Man City v Arsenal. We should get
on the road again. Edwin, let me take your thoughts on this game. You watched that game as well. Liverpool, again, have failed to beat either of Man City and Arsenal this season. Some way, somehow, they are still hanging in there. Man City are in the same boat. Haven't beaten Arsenal, haven't beaten Liverpool, but are still hanging in. Arsenal have 2 wins against both teams.
Look, I have never seen a team rattle a Pep Guardiola side as much as Liverpool did it that second half.
Just before you continue, you saw Pep jubilate at the end of the game? I've never seen him jubilate over a draw.
They were relieved. They were relieved.
Because he knew that another 5-10 minutes, Liverpool would have won.
Liverpool were fantastic in that second half. And it was down to a couple of reasons. First of all, as you mentioned, Endo was brilliant in that midfield, along with McAllister. But he in particular, the way he controlled the midfield, the way he moved the ball about, moved the Man City players around that midfield was fantastic. But also, Rodri's yellow card, it played a significant factor in why Liverpool dominated the midfield. He couldn't move as much as he wanted to. He couldn't make the tackles. You know, those small, niggly tackles that he usually does.
A little dirty in the mix.
Exactly. He couldn't do that anymore because he was already on a yellow card. It meant that Endo was the one controlling the midfield. It meant that he had to delegate it to other players. Alvarez couldn't do that job. Kevin De Bruyne couldn't do that job. Bernardo Silva couldn't do that job. So it meant that Liverpool had more control in that midfield. And obviously, once they start passing it about, once they start pushing players forward, they are going to control every aspect of play in that midfield. It was a wonderful win. It was a wonderful game. A wonderful result for Man City.
Arsenal.
For Man City. For Arsenal.
For Arsenal.
For Arsenal. Because
they were happy.
Arsenal fans were praying for a draw, and a draw they got.
Now they stay on top of the league. If they win every single match until the end of the season, they are champions. But we know it's probably not going to happen because they are going to face Man City at the Etihad.
They have Liverpool
to play at Liverpool as well. But it puts everything in their hands now. And I think that Pep Guardiola will be happy to see the back of Jurgen Klopp with how he outplayed him today, out
and Liverpool had a couple of key players out as well.
They did, and they had players returning from injury who are not very fit.
If Salah was fit, they win it.
Soboslai was not very fit for this game. Salah was not very fit for this game. So they had to rely on the players on the edge, the reserves, to get them through this game. And if their reserves are playing this way, and if they play this way against every single team in the Premier League, they win the Premier League easily.
But just a quick one. Look, I want to thank Jurgen Klopp for the way he's built this Liverpool team. Last season, we were crying that midfield needed an overhaul. And I remember you asking a question on the Rich Show where you said, Arsenal the surprise package of the 3 competitors. I said, no. I think Liverpool actually is. Because they were 6th or 7th.
They went from finishing outside the top 4.
Exactly.
To competing for the title.
They are the surprise package. And it's a completely new midfield. Soboslai, McAllister, Endo. They've not played together. This is their very first season. And for them to have marshaled this Liverpool midfield.
They've learned the system that well.
Today, Kwanzaa. That Ghanaian boy. Goodness me. Absolutely brilliant.
He had more touches on the pitch than every other player today.
Imagine. Look, the confidence with which And
they always went back to him to recycle
exactly.
possession.
And I think it has to do with his partner, VVD. Look, VVD is that good, so he makes everybody in and around him.
Yeah.
Very
He also had a really good game
Good
today.
game,
It's
a
almost,
solid
I
game.
think he's woken up. It's
Yeah,
as if,
of course.
It's as if he felt like people were disrespecting him.
Yeah, he said
a
he
lot.
was looked down after that
Yeah,
bad injury
yeah.
at Everton. And the young man, Bradley, at right back. I think he's one for the future.
Oh, boy.
Super, super right back.
Look, Liverpool, like Coach says, look, Klopp has done a really amazing job promoting the youngsters, recruiting players. Whoever inherits this Liverpool team will be expected to do or hit the ground running right away.
They
Because
should go get Xavi Alonso.
Yeah.
Look,
Bayern Munich are
Bayern
trying
are
to.
circling
Bayern
around
Bayern
the
have started talks already with him.
No, but I don't know why Liverpool haven't started talks around him. Jurgen Klopp is on
Maybe
record
Liverpool
to
are
have
still
said,
trying to convince Jurgen Klopp to stay. I don't know, but I have a feeling. You know why? Michael Edwards, who was Liverpool's transfer guru in a lot of the big names that they brought in,
Is coming back.
I don't know if they are bringing him back as part
But
of the
look,
post-Klopp era,
Klopp
or they are
said
bringing him to
something.
convince Klopp to stay.
Klopp said something when the interviewer asked him, is he going to miss this? He said, why do you always ask me this question? I've answered it several times. You know what I miss? I miss everything about my life. So I want to go back. Look, the man looks very drained.
Yeah.
Allow him to
The
win
Liverpool
some
job is
success.
a draining. A Premier League manager's job is a draining job. Let's get to the Italian Serie A, where Inter Milan are literally running away with the title at this point. Let's get back-to-back highlights. AC Milan, Empoli, and then Bologna, Inter.